so lucky, Kyle.
Is Kyle here?
He said something.
Bruh.
Probably at
When we get this sorted out, there'll be Nobel Prizes in it for us.
I hate you!
Gear, it's right where your feet.
That's Victor.
Yeah, dude.
Change your name. You're ruining my immersion.
No, dude, this is literally all we've been doing across Germany. Tell me I'm wrong, dude.
Okay, you're wrong.
Oh, well, okay then, dude. Feels bad.
Well, seeing as you haven't actually gotten into bed with Vile's character yet, despite trying to multiple times, I would say that statement is right.
I've barely tried yet, dude.
This isn't even his final form.
I have not yet begun to fight.
Yeah, maybe if you had passed, the magic save during the sleep spell, you could have done some groping there. Okay, so where we left off, everybody is, let's see, you guys checked the tents for the witch. There's no witch. And you have a bunch of people captured here, including the ninja, and that's where we left off.
Hey, Slider, get in game.
Yeah, I'm starting to roll 20. Alright, started now.
We got 13 swords, 3 man catchers, and a broken fancy spear.
So are we just kind of like surrounding them and they've just all surrendered right now?
Yeah.
Like basically, is there any like weapons that I see that I could like take? 'Cause I'm a little low on weapons.
Well, yeah, all of them had swords.
Okay.
They're not any better than the hand axe you have.
Okay.
There was that sweet spear, but Roland shot it and broke it. So, no, not really.
Okay.
This was kind of a lootless encounter. I mean, there's lots of camp supplies. There's food.
No monies.
Well, I mean, you guys haven't checked the cart yet. I think you guys were going to check the cart when we left off.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd like to go over and check that cart.
Yeah,
Lying
so
over there.
It's full of bombs.
yeah, yeah. Roll a poison save. No.
Oh god, I was about to say what?
good thing I'm all the way over here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, session 12. Alright, and yes, so it's 6 o'clock at night, October 13th. So, sun's gonna be setting soon. Or is setting currently. Yeah, so, the back of the cart, it's got some crates and stuff. Mostly it was loaded up with their supplies. But there's a lot of food rations in the back. Okay, so but in the back there are So there are two muskets, one arquebus,
What's that?
3 pistols, and 1 sword.
Can you say that one more time?
Alright, so 2 muskets, 1 arquebus, 3 pistols, and 1 sword.
Okay, thanks.
Grab one of the musket. What's an arquebus?
Okay, so arquebus is basically like a short musket. So
Muskets use aiming forks basically, and the other ones don't.
yeah, so basically you have a fork you stick in the ground and rest the end of your musket on. If you
Yeah.
don't do that, you get a -2 to shoot.
So the arquebus is better.
Yeah, so the
I like
arquebus
to
does
take
not
arquebus.
require that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The musket gets better bonuses at range than the arquebus. But
Oh, it does?
yeah, the
And its
arquebus.
max range is much further.
It'll also too. The arquebus only
Gotcha.
gets the -5 AC bonus at short range. At long range, it does not get that bonus, or medium range. But also too, long range is long enough that most engagements is good enough. Basically.
Okay, are you taking the arquebus then?
Like to.
Okay. Yeah, you can take it. Also to remember, that you might have to drop it if you want to spellcast, because you're not allowed to
Okay.
spellcast if you're encumbered at all.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like a super downside of being a magic user, is you can't be encumbered.
So if we see a witch, we basically throw stuff at her and tell her to catch it.
Yeah, that was why I, exactly, yeah, just stick giant rocks in her pockets. That was like,
Alright, I'm gonna call out to Carl and tell him to watch the prisoners. I'm gonna go run down and grab our cart and the other 2 horses. Are we upgrading our cart?
Probably should.
so,
Do we want 2 carts? We could use one as like a fire cart and like put explosives in it.
We have enough people to drive them, so why not?
I mean, I'm on my own horse. So I don't know about y'all.
he's a strong, independent lancer that don't need no cart.
I'm strong,
Yeah.
independent cavalry.
They have horses there, right?
yeah, they had 2 horses.
There were 2. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Are both required to drive that cart?
No, but that's what they were used for. They don't have saddles.
Oh, okay.
But you could buy a saddle at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, having 2 horses drawing it means you can load it up more, basically. But
Okay.
Yeah, and because it's 2 axled, we can load it up more than the 1 axled one. So it'd be
Yeah.
a direct upgrade if we switch it.
I'm all for keeping both of them, and then we just like sell one of them at one point. Is that even worth it?
Yeah, we could sell one off.
Oh yes.
Take all their camp supplies too.
I think we should just like get Guardians captive or Kathleen captive and fuck out of here. I don't want another situation happening.
Yeah, if you guys want to put all the prisoners somewhere or start interrogating that guy, I'm grabbing the cart, so I'll be back. Puno's gonna start eating food off the table.
bad dog, bad.
Oh, good dog, it's not our food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll probably eat some of their rations.
Gee, well, first let's like We'll like separate them to wet like.
Release all my rations because I remember the rations go bad after a week, and it's been close to that. And I haven't eaten many of my rations, so I'm gonna replace them all with fresh ones.
Okay.
Are there any backpacks or satchels or anything around here?
Yeah. I mean, these guys had personal effects with them. So some of them are gonna have it on them. Some of them will have it in their tents. But yeah.
Okay,
Right,
because I basically need to re-equip everything.
Well, I
I'm gonna
mean,
go
you can
park
just say, hey, I
second
searched
car
through,
up here.
and we don't have to be that specific. I mean, if you want to search through their bags
Oh
and
no,
stuff.
hold on. I want to ask my friends here how they even knew where the heck to find me.
Oh, you mean us?
Yeah, how'd you guys find me?
We knew the way.
Trail. It was a wagon. We followed it.
Eldora saw them leaving, and we followed the trail.
How did Eldora see? I thought she was gone.
So did we. She wasn't with us.
She came back.
Anyways, we can talk about that later when we're not still in charge of dealing with a couple prisoners.
Well, hold on. If Eldora was there, did you grab my stuff that they took off me?
Not. I was just following distance to try to see if I could help you.
Maybe we could go back and burn the village down again. Get your shit back. Don't think it's worth it at this point, though.
We also have some money for you stored in the bank, if you need to buy anything.
What bank?
Carlo
A
did,
bank
I
in
don't know.
back.
So we're gonna get back there before it's burned to the ground then.
I have a plan for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to pick up a jacket for Kuno that I ordered down there too.
Is there a tent big enough to put all these prisoners in?
Shove them in a tent. Then burn it down.
Not
Small tent?
10 people. Not 10 people. No, I mean, you could probably split them up into 2 tents. It's gonna be pretty packed.
Can we, if we're gonna stay here a little bit, can we tie them or something so we don't have to keep watching them?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can take
Or
some rope and
get
tie
out.
them
I
up.
just say we should get one prisoner and go. Like, there's not going to be much gain in really looting this entire fucking camp, probably.
So let's take the guy that was talking to.
It's like Martin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the rope that I was tied up with and tie him up with it.
Okay.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back and retrieve my 25-foot piece of rope that you never used.
I was busy having a lovely conversation.
Okay.
Alright, so there is still a bunch on their 2-axle cart. Is all the camp supplies still loaded on there, or would that be separate?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The 2-axle cart, does it still have a bunch of camp supplies loaded on it right now?
No, it doesn't. I mean, for
Okay,
the
so it's
most
pretty much
part,
empty now.
yeah, it's pretty much empty now. Other than the weapons they had collected, but yeah, other than that, there's food supplies in the back. Yeah, there's 112 rations worth of food in the back of the cart. So there's a lot of food in the cart still. As far as the actual
Impressive
camp
for
supplies.
13 dudes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean they're one of the parties that bring stuff back to the fort. So that's
Oh,
their job.
so this is like supply wagon guys.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
So they may or may not be expecting them.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take one of those pistols, so now I've got 6.
Oh my god.
Six,
I'm gonna go-
16, is it?
I think that's yeah. Alright.
I don't know how you're physically carrying all of this stuff, but okay.
Oh, I have it written out. Got 2
Uh-huh.
on the small of my back, 1 on each hip, 2 across my chest.
Okay.
Nice.
It's a little
Gonna
bit
go-
cumbersome to move around, but it
gonna
works.
go
Done,
scroll
boys.
over to
That's all that
Martin, though.
matters.
I'm just gonna go scroll over to Martin's. I thought you guys didn't use weapons. Some pacifist bullshittery.
Is that in character?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna start eyeing the hands of all the guys that are prisoners here. Because we're
He
obviously
says,
gonna stay
well,
and talk.
you know, down in the city, that's how things work, but out here, we have to be a little bit more realistic.
I get it. Witches joined this son and they're making their own little personal army.
Yeah, I mean, we may be declaring the war over, and, you know, a lot of the 7, you know, most of them think that way in the city, but, those of us out here, we're trying to work on a way to actually enforce it.
Action Force, what was it? Sorry.
The end of the war, and find out a way to stop the Swedes.
Okay, I just didn't hear the beginning of that, sorry.
There ain't no stopping the Swedes. Not with what's put here.
I would like to know from our group, what do we want from these guys? Do we want to go to where the fort he was gonna take you to?
Yeah, what's this
originally?
fort about?
Yeah, I think we could just
I
trade.
don't think the fort is a good thing. And by that I mean, don't think we want to go to the fort. Because, well,
I'll be right back after pee real fast.
ugh. We only had 30 minutes before he started.
I think I'm gonna start just kind of tying the horses to the cart if else is happening.
Hooking them up?
Mhm.
Yeah, you
Picking
can do
them up,
that.
yeah.
Okay, so I can get a backpack off one of these stooges then, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just munching on some rations on the back of my horse. Riding, looking at them all.
Alright, I'm back.
Sitting there.
That was fast.
Okay, well, it's still pretty toasty,
Okay.
so, and I assume my clothes have dried since my river.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's also almost nighttime too, right?
Yeah, basically the sun is setting at this moment.
Okay, well, I'm taking off the winter clothes,
Okay,
Oh,
and I finally have a backpack that can put those in.
okay.
Slaughter moves closer as she takes off her clothes.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, after I finish tying up all the pans to the vendors, I'm gonna be prepping the wagons to go.
and where are we going with this wagon full of supplies
I
again?
don't know. I'm just prepping them to get
Let's
ready
just
to
go to one of the friendly towns, the ones we haven't burnt to the ground.
Like Thungan.
Yeah, don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud though. I want to
Oh,
know
yeah.
where we're going.
So I'm actually gonna strap up the 2 horses we have that have the saddles in the 2-axle cart. So that's gonna be our main cart, and the 2 horses we just acquired that don't have all the riding gear, I'm attaching to the 1-axle cart.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah. You can do
what
that.
you guys want to do with prisoners.
While you're taking a pee break, Aldora already hooked up the other 2 horses to the other trailer, so you go and undo what she just did.
I'm transferring over the few supplies I had in the 1-axle cart to the 2-axle one. So like my bedroll and the horse feed and stuff. And I will pile all the weapons we just acquired into there.
Okay.
How are we gonna get out of here without these guys following us?
I don't know. We'll kill them
We
if they
just
do.
stole
They
their
don't have
horses
any
and
weapons.
carts
We confiscated all their swords
and their horses.
and the horses. Then not gonna be able to follow.
How many people can fit in these tents?
Said we could split all of them up into 2 tents.
Oh,
No,
I
I mean,
mean,
can we steal a tent that'll fit all of us?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to sleep comfortably, you probably want to take 2 tents.
Okay, I'm gonna start packing up 2 tents and put those in the back of the wagon.
oh my
Okay. while
Uh,
he's doing that, I'm just gonna keep talking to Martin to say, so you really think these witches' aims are benevolent?
He says, yeah, I believe so.
You're a fucking fool, aren't you?
Play nice, Carl.
No. No.
He says, hey, have you even been to Karlstad?
Once.
Since they've been in charge?
Yeah. Don't know who it was exactly, but I'm pretty sure Kathleen told you one of our group was off kilter, right? I'm gonna get real down and close to his fucking face right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get in those real fucking crazy eyes.
Okay.
That's me. That's me.
But
Whisper real close to him. You know how that happened? You know all the men that I've killed in the past few days? You know what the cause of all that is?
because you're crazy, but we've never been to Karlstad.
I just turned to Kathleen, like, just shake my head looking at her. Fuck it. Tale for another time, I guess. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
stand back
Is there
up.
like an intimidation check you can do or persuasion check?
Well,
Well, I mean, if you what are you trying to get out of him? I mean,
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, you're kind of freaking him out. He's tied up, and now you're giving him crazy eyes. Yeah, he's kind of freaked out.
are you humming right in his face?
pretty much just like
Are you humming aggressively?
whisper. Every man that I've killed in the past 3 days has been yours. Just remember that. I'm gonna stand back up and walk away.
Okay.
Back on my horse.
So,
Kathleen, what do you want to do with this guy?
I was gonna say, are we bringing Martin with? Because
Let's. He might have some information. He seems like the leader of the group. I don't know. The rest of the guys look like they haven't even left their fucking diapers.
Except for that one dude that was untouchable.
Except Ninja, dude.
Oh, Carl, did you already walk away?
I'm on my horse, so I'm still next, like in the air. I'm just getting on my horse right now. So yeah, I'm next to you.
Okay, could you hold on to Martin for a second?
Gladly. Guess I'll just take like the bindings leading Martin's hand. I'm gonna just lead him over to the cart that we just got.
Okay.
Alright, and then I loosen the leather armor a little bit and pull out my kingdom map, which I had hidden.
Okay.
And the plebeians down in the town didn't really check that great,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't a weapon, so they didn't take it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I ask Martin to point on the map where about the fort is.
Yeah, he looks at your map and he says, "Oh, you already have it marked here."
Oh,
I turn back to
I
Kathleen
look
after
right
telling her, I
at
was like,
Martin and I say, that is exactly what I didn't want to hear you say.
I just turned back like, oh
What?
shit.
Keep going, guys.
He says, yeah, you.
So I think right about. Go ahead.
He tells you, yeah, you head down the road a bit further. I mean, once you get out of the trees, you'll be able to see the hill in the distance. There's still a ways to go, but
So is it a hill or a fort? You're confusing.
well, the fort is built into the hill.
That glass tiger going into the hill, or
No.
He just
This
looks at you confused. Glass tiger?
oh, that was out of character. But he feel free to have him look at me confused anyway.
yeah.
Alright, about this time I'm done packing up 2 tents onto the wagon also. Got this thing loaded up. I'm gonna walk over and be like, so, about this fort and your mother person, is that where she lives?
Yeah, she spends most of her time there now. We're pretty busy. Time's getting short now.
You said have you ever seen, one of those things on Carl's helmets before?
He says, yeah. They tend to be around the hill sometimes.
Why is your fort even there? Why is it just on some ass backward hill next to a mountain anyways?
He says, well, supposedly there's some big magic there. I'm the field guy. I haven't really been that deep into the fort. I don't know all this going on in there.
Yeah, I think I think we need to discuss this on the road. This is way too important to. We need to move.
Alright, the cart's ready if you guys want to move out.
Martin, you're coming with us. The rest of your men are free to go, not get killed. But if they follow us, I will slaughter them.
Well, I mean, their hands are tied. I don't.
So I just glare over at fucking Kathleen again. It's like, really? Right now?
You think they're gonna chase after us and what? But your horse?
You never know, dude.
Some brave idiot's gonna have it in his mind.
Otto's gonna just teleport on top of you?
I'm just gonna hop in one of the carts and start driving away.
Some Bruce Willis shit.
Uber, are you able to give us carts that we can control?
Yeah, I mean, roll 20 is not wanting me to. There we go. There we go. You guys can move that one.
Cool, thanks.
Alright,
Oops.
My cart.
let's just
I
go.
was I'm just trying to copy it, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, this isn't really a encounter at the moment, so.
I suggest we head to Thungen. Like, let's get back to Thungen, or let's get back to our safe zone real quick. And
Are you saying that quietly, I hope?
yeah, I mean, Martin can definitely hear it because I'm talking to Kathleen right now. So, just suggest we get back there as quickly as possible. Provision up for the other goal. This is now very scary to me.
Okay, but if we do that, this is the road we have to come back on to get there.
Maybe we could just have Martin direct us and then pop it, you know? Do a little plan, then pop back and leave.
Would you really?
Martin, how many roads are there leading to this fort? Is this the only one?
Says, yeah, pretty much.
Is it this dirt road that's north of the main one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Says, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of people living out here. There's a few farms. Most of the people have evacuated now, but there's still some people out here. But I mean, even in normal times, there's not a ton of people out here. So this is pretty much the only road. It's the only one I know of.
So you think we should just head to the fort then? Get this finished and head back?
Oh,
We do
out
probably
of
want to sell off.
character, Vile. I don't think this is going to be just some short little thing.
I know, Mike. I don't know this though.
Out of character, I want to sell off some of the stuff so we can get the cash.
We're not selling off more shit and doing another market run right now, Christ.
Well, not back in Wurzburg. We could sell off Hart and the extra 2 horses and the 135 freaking rations we've got and the extra swords and stuff to Thungin. Because he needs weapons. And food, I assume, since they burned down most of their supply of food. And everything we just captured, food supplies, a wagon, horses, and weapons they could use in that town and we could sell to them.
We'll be able to get it when we come back.
I don't like traveling through the forest with 2 different carts. That's kind of asking to get ambushed and like have one of them not make it out.
Okay, this is the reason why I wouldn't want to go back to town and like wait is because this is the only road. Either A, someone's gonna come by and see our buddies here all tied up, or the fort is gonna be expecting them, not know where they are, and send more people out to find them.
What do you expect to do at the fort?
Probably murder Hobo some more.
Man, well, it's already marked on the map.
We have a job to do there. Remember the job that one guy gave us?
You're
a while-
saying things I already know.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the other guy.
Yeah.
Christ, who was also there. Well, I say we head to the fort then, and then pop it.
If we're
Alright.
gonna go to the fort, then I think if it's nightfall, do you think we should just kind of put everyone in a couple tents, like kind of switch off guard over them and spend the night, and then head there?
There's a safe.
Right.
There's a safer way we can do that.
I want to get as far away from the rest of his army as possible.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look at Caro and talk quietly. When we're doing our job, what do you expect to do with Martin here?
Are you talking? So who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
Oh.
There's no way we're taking him with us for that job.
Oh, we might be able to convince him that he might spend the secrets. You never know. He said it himself. He doesn't have the fucking. He doesn't know the horrors that await.
Uber,
Mm-hmm.
how do our scrolls work?
Okay, so the group of you need to be close together. You read the scroll, and it will send you back in time. And then you have the scroll to read again to return.
Okay.
I don't
when
remember
you read the
exactly
scroll-
what I told you, but basically, like, the gist is you want to find, and I might not have explained it to you, but I was supposed to if I didn't.
I have it in my notes. I know basically what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're supposed to kind of find the whatchamacallit,
Insect
like,
God's gem or something, or stone?
yeah, you're supposed to find his gem, and the recommended way from the necromancer to do it is to find the basically like the temple within the mountain, within the hill, and then go back in time from there. But it's not location based, so I mean you could technically use it anywhere.
Okay, but when we come back, do we come back as if all that time elapsed? Like if we're searching for 30 minutes, when we use the scroll, do we come back 30 minutes after when we left? Or is it we cast the spell, go back, and then come back like an instant after we left?
It's basically like an instant after you left.
Oh, do we know that?
Yeah, so it's not like Bill
Okay.
and yeah, so it's like Back to the Future, not Bill and Ted's.
Okay, okay. That was
So we
like,
can like do that right now.
changed a lot.
So we could do that right now, and it wouldn't affect anything in modern time.
Mm-hmm, but there's no saying that the road will be there. You're going back to 10,000 BC.
Oh. So I was saying we just go to the fort because I don't know what
Okay, let's do
big
it.
to know about this. So, all right, let's head out to the fort then. Like up to the fort and make sure we don't run into any sentries and have to slog
Hey,
away through.
Martin, how far is it to the fort from here?
He says, well, it's most of the day's march from here.
So
Yes,
it's still
yeah.
quite some ways.
Yeah, it's about, 9-10 miles from here. Yeah, and that's why we usually make our camp here. And of course, with the insects and whatnot, it gets a little more dangerous the closer you get there.
So do the insects attack guys as well?
Yeah, yeah.
What's all this nonsense about insects?
You saw
Point
the
to
one
my
on
fucking
Carl's
helmet.
Settle down.
So, I'm kind of confused. Was my character there, but I wasn't there?
No, your character
Or-
wasn't there. You stayed outside. Remember?
Yeah, you
So-
saw the dead creature when he passed through the town, catching up to the
Then
It
you
was-
later saw that
yeah,
his
it's-
helmet.
displayed in front of the inn.
Okay.
Headless insect monster, yeah.
So when we travel, we might be able to take the horses back with us too.
Yeah, and maybe even the carts. I don't know. Although we probably won't care too much about that as long as we can get back to where we left them.
Are we? Well, okay. I guess we have two choices. Are we going to travel through the night, or are we going to make camp here and then go, or are we just going to do it now and then travel?
Let's get as close as we can, and then travel, and then camp, or go back,
Okay,
or go
'cause we're
back
still
and
a
then
day's
camp.
ride away from it.
A day's walk.
Oh, day's walk. Okay, so like 5-hour ride.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's 6 p.m. right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll get there by 11 then, which might work for our plan. We'll be less noticed, and they won't be expecting the caravan till tomorrow.
Okay.
I mean, everyone in the group is healthy enough to travel through the night, right? None of you need healing majorly.
No. I don't believe so. I don't believe anyone's really that injured.
I think I'm 1 hit point off, but that's
I think
okay.
Va might be down a couple, but
Okay, but
I'm
let's
not
head out
actually
then.
really that bad.
I'm good, cuh.
I mean, your character doesn't know it, but there's one character that needs to get some sleep if they're going to be helpful to you.
Yeah, I would like to sleep.
We don't know that though. What the
I'm
We-
just
we-
saying
Yeah.
I would prefer. I'm saying I would prefer to set up camp and to at least go into the fort in the morning, like get
You-
somewhere
can you-
nearby.
Can you sleep on the cart?
Yeah, I could sleep on the cart.
let's move
Personally, I would not want to set up camp anywhere close to here where they can find us.
Yeah, same.
Well, somewhere along the way, we can get close to the fort.
Make sure someone covers their tracks best you can.
Alright, Kuno's about to drive off with the cart. Let's go.
Yep,
Does Carl have his own horse,
yeah,
or is he on a cart?
I have my horse. I have Siegfried, the fucking horse that somebody shot.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd
Carl
like to
and
take
Victor both.
the little cart, what we already had, and ride as close to Carl as I can. So I can ask him what the hell's going on and why we're headed to this fort.
Okay, and I'll drive the cart. Kathleen and Martin can come on. And if we need to ditch a cart, we're ditching the small one because I've got all the supplies on the big one.
We'll just,
Oh.
just gonna leave Eldora. Okay.
In the camp, if I make a search real fast in the tents or supplies, is there any lamp oil or lamps or torches or anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, there are. Yeah, so there's 6 torches and 1 oil flask, and as well as a lamp that goes along with the oil flask.
Like a lantern?
Lantern, I mean, yes.
Okay, cool. I will take the oil flask.
Okay.
I'll take one of those torches.
Okay.
I want to take a couple. They only burn for like 2 hours.
Okay.
My
I'll
lantern
Take,
and I are reunited at last.
You don't have a bow though.
if I
Oh, yeah,
already
do you
have
want-
2 torches, does that add to my encumberment if I take more?
No, I
No,
didn't.
it all
I did
counts
one
as
spot.
one item. Yeah.
Okay. We'll take.
Yeah, unless you're carrying like some crazy amount of torches, I count it as one item.
Okay, cool.
Like 112 rations.
Yeah, if you carry 112 rations
Might
on
be
you,
more
that's
than
one
one
item.
I'll take 3 of those torches then.
Okay.
Kathleen, do you want one of these muskets? Or the sword?
I was gonna take one of them swords.
Okay. There is only... Oh wait, no, we have 14 swords. Yeah, so you can take one. Anyone want a pistol?
I
2 more.
want to try to stay as light as possible. I already have.
I'm still
plenty of shot.
unencumbered.
Yeah. I know, Eldora, you have 1 pistol. If 2 pistols is the same weight as 1 pistol, as far as
I
that
will
goes.
take a pistol. Q for the heads up.
Okay.
Also, on my equipment list it says 12 apostles. Does anybody know what that is?
Yeah, that's...
Yes.
It's kind of like a bandolier. Basically, it's like 12 loaded shots. It has the precise amount of gunpowder and 1 bullet with it.
Oh, cool.
So it
Okay.
cuts the time your loading time in half.
Oh, cool. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, so it makes it what, like 3 rounds? I don't.
It takes 1 round off of it.
Oh, was it 1 round? I thought it. Oh no,
Yeah, so she's
flintlock
using-
makes it in half.
She's using flintlock pistols, which is half, and she's not a fighter, so she'll be at 5. So if she has 12 apostles, she'll be at 4 rounds to
Yeah,
reload.
so 4 rounds to reload with that.
Okay.
And they look like that. I just linked one.
Oh, cool. Okay, thank you. Is there a map anywhere in this? Does anybody have a map, or
Kathleen has one.
Yeah.
is there any maps though in the camp? Or does Martin have a map? We didn't have one when Kathleen.
We should
got-
probably search Martin, see if he has any
Yeah.
other letters or anything. Let's get on the road, and then we'll search him on the road. Alright, so we are riding. Are we gonna untie the guys at all?
Nope. They can figure it out.
They'll eventually get loose, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, eventually, it's just people tied up at unsupervised, eventually they're going to get out.
Alright, cool. So they're not all gonna die.
No.
Unless the insects get them first.
And Carl, did you want to tell them about following us?
I already did. I said if they follow us, they're dying.
Yeah.
Alright.
So,
Alright, so we're going on.
Aldora, if you roll a d6 and get a 1, you can find a map if you want.
Okay.
So /R d6.
No
Nope,
map.
No maps.
Is there any chalk anywhere in the game? Or anything else for marking stuff down?
Yeah, there's, yeah, like a hunk of, like, charcoal, something like that. Yeah, there's something like that.
I'll take it. Just something to stuff down on the map.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Yeah, like shaped like it's meant for writing. So yeah.
We didn't find any coins or anything in the cart, right?
No money in the cart.
One bronze piece.
Yeah, I mean, if you search the guys, you might find some, like, personal money on them, but it's not going to be much.
Yeah, that's okay. We have their leader anyway, so any letters of mark with him probably.
Yeah.
Oh, and I took Martin's short sword.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you want his spear to try to repair? But I think I shattered the shaft of it, so you could probably still repair that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's here.
It's what?
It's here. It's
Like-
not like we lost.
Yeah, like, if you want
Yeah,
to
it's up
throw it
there.
in the back, go ahead.
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay, so I'm going to say it's 6:30 when you guys, pick everything up and pack everything up and finish tying people
Alright.
up and leave. Okay. Alright, so you guys are going to head out?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, you head down to the road. The sun is down below the trees now, but hasn't quite set yet. You're traveling a while through, probably like about a half hour still through the woods before you finally break out of the woods into a more grassy area. We have Aldora, you said you were planning on speaking to
Yes,
Carl?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I want to ask Carl what the hell's going on and why are we headed to this fort where trouble is.
Well, there's a job that requires us to go there, and if we want to avoid cataclysmic annihilation, it might be the best way to go. But
Always one to exaggerate.
What's the job that you need to do there?
So how much do I have to say because I'm charmed?
Okay.
Just spill my
Yeah,
fucking
so
Oh, spill the beans.
yeah, so I mean your character would usually not tell. So you can roll to save against magic to not tell her. Otherwise you have to tell her everything.
Oh.
I'm all ears.
Oh. Nice. So yeah, you
Wait.
you feel the desire to tell her, but you know you shouldn't, so you don't. So
It's just
I
a
guess you
rough
can
job.
tell her what you want.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a rough job. Be on your toes. I don't know enough really to tell you much going into this, so
Okay, well, should I be worried for my life?
yes.
Okay.
And just so you know, Slaughter's character knows nothing about it either.
Yeah.
Besides, we have a
just,
job
Just
up here.
don't tell Vic no shit.
Okay.
You mean to tell me
Out
I'm literally riding alongside them and I hear none of this?
I mean, if she whispered it to me, I don't know. Like, I don't know how loud she was talking to me.
She told Sir. She didn't whisper. I did not hear whisper specifically mentioned.
Well, I mean, you guys are traveling over like a half hour. If they're trying to talk where you can't hear them, they can probably find a point to do that at.
We have things to talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm asking Roland how the hell they managed to not get the witch out of town.
Well, there were like literally 25 people who charged us and started grabbing her.
Why didn't you just ride out? Why?
We were waiting for you, and they swarmed the cart. We tried. They literally pulled her off the cart, and then started swarming on board, and we just got out of there. We did go back and burn the bridge down, because it apparently lived.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I assume that was also you guys that did the inn.
Oh, yes, that was Carl. He was trying to distract them so you could escape, which apparently worked.
Ah.
Well, not really.
Do you let them know that you were in the inn at that time?
Yes.
Well, as I said, it was Carl. Wasn't my idea. That was his idea of helping you.
Glad he was looking out for me.
We came back and got you though, right? Honestly, we thought they were taking you to Karlstad.
Honestly, I almost wish they had.
Hillary, do you know what our quest thing is with the scrolls and the gemstone?
No, because I didn't tell her.
I mean, out of character, do you want to know?
Yeah, I would like to know.
So basically we had found this wizard guy who talked to us and told us that... I don't even know. Guardian, you have notes on it, right? There's like a bug lord or something?
There is a bug god who, thousands of years ago, almost, like, destroyed humanity. And these are... or one of these witches is trying to resurrect the bug king. Or the bug god.
Oh, crazy.
And we are trying to stop it.
Okay.
The way we were told to stop it was given these two scrolls. One would send us 1,000 or 10,000 years back in time. The other one would bring us back. And basically, they said that the last known location was up there, of this gem that they need, was up there 10,000 years ago. So we're going back in time, trying to gem or find out what happened to it, and then come back.
Okay.
So that they can't get it.
Our goal is not getting the gem. Our goal is destroying it or breaking it.
Yeah, so that the witches can't use it.
Okay.
Because once broken, it loses its power.
But
Okay.
apparently it's still worth a lot of money, which he said we could keep it afterward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, is there a reason why you guys aren't telling Self or Slatter?
Yes, because he was a little
Because
coward.
he was a coward and didn't come with
Stayed
us.
outside the
So this is
I
his
was
penalty.
protecting the outside.
You were doing that.
And mind you, I saved Christ saves
You're
and
muted.
Vile from getting mauled to death.
He was doing
You owe me
important conservation
so much
work.
more.
He's doing
Exactly.
important conservation work, and yeah.
The DM understands, okay,
Yeah.
and that's what matters.
He was not present when we received Scroll or talked to the wizard. He was standing guard outside safely. We decided not to bother telling him and just saying, hey, we have a job up here.
We
you
got a
can come
mission
with
from
us.
God.
And
Blues
we
Brothers
we wanted to
style.
see what his face would look like when we went back in time and he realized what happened.
Also, Carl was the only one that could use the scrolls because he's crazy. However, your character can also use the scrolls.
But we don't know that.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
mean, we're
probably
not
could.
talking in-game either.
Yeah, you
so-
probably could record the scrolls under a spellbook or something and actually go to use them in the future.
But it would only be able to do that one function.
Yeah.
which would be useful. I mean, in battle, go back 10,000 years in time, move to a different location, then reappear again in that new location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
It
haven't
would also
seen the
take her like 3
scroll.
days.
No, so Carl has
I-
the scroll that'll send us there, and I have the one that returns us.
Okay. Okay.
And I think
So-
Guardian knows you're a witch, right? Saw you disappear, but no one else does.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he's told us anything about that.
No, he hasn't.
Guardian knows about the scrolls.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
everyone
was the
except
one that
Slaughter,
actually
character.
got
Okay.
in and stood my ground, kind of, and the wizard talked to me.
Okay.
So yeah, you're kind of like an open plains area. The sun is setting. Is a little bit cloudy enough that you gain the red glow. The sky's red and kind of creepy looking. You pass an abandoned farm, and the sun's setting a bit more, and a little hard to see, but you're coming up on a...
What does this abandoned farm look like?
Yeah, the abandoned farm is, well, I mean, it is a little dark. You see kind of like a wheat field. And beyond the wheat field, you see, kind of a thatch, like, hut / barn. And in the middle of the wheat field, you see something kind of like protruding, like 2 large kind of like mounds in the middle of the field.
I hope
But-
those are just hay sticks.
Yeah, because it's kind of dark, it's just a little bit difficult to see what it is.
Do we investigate it, guys?
It's near the farmhouse or just in the field?
It's in the field.
What kind of... Does it look like a hill or like a haystack? Or it's just a dark shape?
It's kind of like a dark shape. It doesn't look like a haystack, really. But yeah, it's a couple large mountains in the middle of the wheat field, really.
Should we take a closer look? Maybe rest up in the farmhouse?
I'd be in vote of resting up in the farmhouse.
Since Eldor's in for it, I'm in for it right now. Like, fuck it, let's do
I
it.
just don't want to find bugs.
Too fucking bad. We're gonna be going to Bug City.
How far away from the other encampment are we? How many hours have you been traveling?
Yeah, so it's been a bit over an hour, so it's a couple hour walk. You're moving about twice as fast as walking speed, so yeah, you're a couple miles, a few miles along the road.
Alright, I'm gonna turn back in the cart. Hey Martin, do you know does anyone live out here?
He says, well, most of these farms are abandoned out here. There's a couple that still have people living in them. Mostly crazy people, I would think, but
Why are they abandoned? Is it because of the bugs?
well, some of them are the bugs, but I mean the countryside in general is emptying out. People know. The soldiers, they
The Swedes.
come through the farms and they take whatever they can. So it's not a good thing to be out in the countryside when the army rolls through. People know that.
What are those dark shapes out there in the wheat field?
He looks at them and Oh man. Yeah, he says they look like they might be bug mounds, but I'm not sure from here.
Bug mound, so they live underground.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, these are small ones. They're not the big ones. The big ones don't live underground, but that's what it looks like to me. But can't really tell for sure.
Seeing as we are traveling together for the moment, and being able to defeat bugs would also be in your best benefit, are there any tricks to fighting them? Are they afraid of fire or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean, if you can kill them before they get too close, that's a good idea. But I mean, otherwise, you know, just keep on your toes and look out. I mean, not all of them are big. Some of them are small.
All right. Martin is injured, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's not feeling so great.
That's right, he was shot
Is he
twice.
stable?
Yeah, he's stable. I mean, I thought someone said they were gonna patch him up. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought before last session ended, somebody said they were gonna patch him up. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, the bleeding stopped, but I mean, he's injured. Yeah. You can tell he's not feeling well, but he's not at the point of passing out.
Okay. Aurora, you really want to stay overnight here? I think we should get as close to tonight as we can.
I'm okay with getting closer, but I would like to set up a camp somewhere, stay somewhere.
Victor? Kathleen, what do you guys say?
I guess whatever you want to do, man. I trust you.
Now, why would you do that?
I have no other options right now. You have all the supplies.
This is true. Alright, let's continue then. Let's try to get at least a couple out within an hour or two of the fort. We can maybe make camp once we're closer.
Right, we can move out.
That way, at the very least, the people in the encampment behind us won't be able to catch us tonight.
Okay.
Martin, how many sentries are there out in the hills?
Sentries? Yeah, there's not really sentries. I mean, you might run into another group like ours, but I mean, there's guards at the gate. I mean, there's usually, you know, 2 to 4 guards at the gate, but on the outside and more on the inside.
What is the population of this fort? Is it like a small village or only a military fort?
I mean,
And
some of
why
the soldiers
fort out here?
brought their families, you know. Well, like I said
Okay.
before, and I mean, like I said before, there's supposed to be some big magic of some sort, and that's the reason for the choice.
And the fort is to protect you against the bugs?
Well, I mean, the Swedes and anyone else. I mean, It's a compound. I mean, there's
Okay.
there's hundreds there. There's hundreds.
Oh, frick.
We'll see. We'll have to fight him. At least let him find.
Could burn it down.
Is the actually I have an idea now, but it requires us taking Martin with us, and so we're gonna fucking do it.
Oh, great.
So Martin. Oh,
He's
are
been
we
very
done? Are you guys done
cooperative.
talking with Martin?
Yeah.
What is this re-education?
Well, I mean, when we have capture, you know, people are unwilling to disarm, we bring them to the fort and drop them off there, and they have some sort of program they put them through to teach them the reasons why, you know, war and violence is bad. I don't
So
know the
you're
exact.
telling me re-education because you don't really know what they do.
No, I don't know what they do. All I know is these people like you get captured, we take them to the fort.
Okay, I don't think I have anything else
Okay.
right now.
So,
Clap, clap.
okay, so you guys are just going to continue down the road then? Is your plan?
Yep.
Okay.
Are we not doing the farmhouse?
No, I think we should get closer.
Okay. You're not going to investigate anything?
I don't know. Anyone else want to? I'm good just going toward the fort. I feel like we're gonna get attacked by bugs if we stop anywhere.
I feel like we're going to get attacked by bugs if we continue toward the fort.
That's probably also true. As long as my cart full of valuable supplies makes it out, I'm happy.
Jesus. Okay.
Dude, we've got like 600 silver worth of stuff in here.
That isn't that much.
But and then we have the extra and the horses, which is probably worth another 300 or 400.
Still not that much between the two of us.
I have 42 silver right now. I smell my gold. I spent like 550 silver when we got back to that town.
Okay, so if you guys are going to continue along, yeah, I mean, the sun is basically down now. It's getting pretty dark. Another half hour or so passes, and you're coming up on like another farm. You can tell that because there's a light out in the field.
Spooky.
As you're coming closer, you see there's like a lantern hanging and some guy out there digging.
In the field, or is this near the house?
Out in the field.
And it's like 7:30 at night,
Mm-hmm.
or later.
I mean, I don't mean to be nosy,
That's suspicious.
but I mean, I don't know. For all we know, he could have had his like son killed or something today, given the war and everything. I don't know.
How far away from the road is he?
He's not that far off, you know, maybe like 20 yards or so.
within earshot.
Oh
We can
yeah.
have a conversation with him.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably hears us coming.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you say that one more time? I missed it.
Yeah, he can hear you coming. I mean, as you guys get closer, you see him kind of stop digging and look up and look at you guys.
What kind of look does he have on his face? Angry, sad, curious.
I'm gonna assume it's a Carl-like expression on his face.
Carl, it's kind of just like
Always.
it's kind of like a blank look to him. He's just looking at you. He's just wearing, standard peasant garb. His hair is kind of a mess. And you'll notice probably at this point that sticking out of the dirt is like a couple like forearms and a leg.
Ooh.
A couple forearms, as in two,
Or
or a few forearms.
This is actually important.
What you notice at this point is just, I mean, they're like upright, like sticking up out of the dirt. All three of them.
Three
Three?
forearms.
Like 2 arms, one leg, and a foot. But the arms are like, I mean, you're a bit of a distance, but they kind of have different sizes. Like they're not from the same person.
Okay, something's not right here.
Oh,
What are you
boy.
planting there, sir?
Yeah, he looks at you and he says something, and it's not German that he's speaking.
Is it Norwegian?
No, it's not Norwegian either, but you can roll to see if you understand him.
What's the roll?
So it's a D6, and your goal is 1 plus your intelligence modifier.
Plus my.
Hey, my boy.
Oh, Slatter, or Bio understood it.
The insane
Whoa.
guy can understand the insane guy.
Yeah, so Hillary, what's your modifier? I know it's at least plus
Oh, I
1.
understood it too.
Intelligence is +1, yeah.
Oh, so you actually don't well, no, never mind. You understand it too. You get an extra
I do.
bonus to it. Yeah.
Yay.
So yeah, you understand it. Carl and Roland, you all understand it. He's speaking Swedish.
oh shit.
Okay.
Oh. That's convenient. So now I know Swedish, right?
Yeah, so you can note that on your character sheets that all three of you can speak Swedish, and that's
Wait,
why.
they all just
Yeah,
they all just know Swedish now?
Bruh,
the
that's how
language
this
rolls in
works.
this work. Yeah.
yeah, that's how this game works. Yeah, you roll to see if you
Encounter it,
know a
roll it,
language.
and-
But actually, yeah, and yeah, but Victor and Kathleen need to note down that you do not know Swedish. You never get to roll for that again unless you.
Man, I'm just gonna
Spend time
always
learning
be
it.
Dark, dude. I'm never gonna know anything that's going on.
So now when Carl and I need to skim private, we can speak in Swedish and nobody will understand us.
Oh, I
Well,
understand. too.
Roland will understand.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's why you got a bonus because Norway is part of Sweden
Same,
at this
language
time.
group.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same language group. So yeah, you got a bonus. So yeah, he says to you guys, he says, how you doing, strangers? Just working on my crops here. Just working on my crops.
I
Where'd
give
you
him
get
a
the
very
seeds for these
strange
crops?
stare.
As well,
He's
yeah.
a crazy farmer.
I harvested these crops, and I planted them. It's It's getting hard to come across blood to water them, though. You know. He's like, you know what? Would you like to come come for a drink? We can go back to my house.
I'm
and...
sorry, sir.
Hell
Let's
no.
keep on. Let's keep on for the night.
What kind of crops are those?
Yeah, people crops. People crops. So, you know,
He's looking
Y'all
to grow
just
a
had to
life.
learn Swedish.
You'll notice too, like at this point too, he has like a woodcutter's axe. Kind of like sitting handle up on the ground.
So, do you eat these people crops? Like, or are they for your cattle?
Well, I mean, you know, it's not bad. I mean, sometimes it's a little stringy, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do in these times. So
I'm gonna switch back to German and say to the rest of my group, be cannibal.
I'm
Wait,
almost
what'd you
glad I
say?
don't understand what he's saying.
I
Same, dude.
I
Keep
said
it
like
that way.
went back to German and I said he's a cannibal. Saying to the rest of you guys.
and he says, "Listen, why don't you come back to my place? You know, I got some drinks. I can tell you all about my crops."
What's the
What's
general
wrong with this
consensus?
guy?
Feed yourself.
It's Tonto the Culo.
Carl, what is he saying? Like you know, you said he's a cannibal, but what?
These
what-
are
Saying
people
he's
crops.
watering his crops. Those arms in the ground are his crops, and he's trying to find blood to water them with.
I think I'm gonna kill him.
Bye, Felicia.
Carl,
Should I?
Yeah, I think you should fire one of those muskets you have set up.
I don't have any muskets on me.
Oh, somebody did. Who set those up?
Roland and myself
No
both had
gunfire.
muskets.
No gunfire. I'm just gonna turn to the guy and say, lead the way. I'm gonna stay a little bit behind him for a bit, like in Swedish.
So yeah,
I,
he says,
I'm gonna be a bit of a distance behind Carl. Yeah.
okay.
Wait,
so-
you're following Carl in?
I'm not going in. I'm just saying, like, I want him to take, like, a few steps and look away from me for a bit.
Wait. This. I feel like you might have something to. I don't know.
I'm actually gonna
Say-
actually before this. Do you know this man?
yes.
Yeah. Let's talk to Martin. Like, Martin,
Martin,
do
do
you
you
know
understand
this
him?
guy?
like I said, there's some crazy people out here. I don't know this guy specifically, but you know, I mean, there's some crazy people out here.
I want to ask him if he has a family. Crazy guy.
He lives alone. Yeah, pretty good.
Not
too.
anymore.
If there's anybody else in his house.
That's not fucking like
Oh,
poor man. You live alone out here, old man.
yeah. You can tell too that Martin doesn't know what this, doesn't understand this guy. So, I'm sorry. So what were someone asked something?
I wanted to ask the crazy guy if he was living alone. If there was anybody else back at the barn.
Oh, he just laughs. He says, "No, not anymore. Not
is this
anymore."
Resident Evil 7 or is he the only one?
I think this is wrong turn, honestly.
Yeah, so he kind of like wipes one of his hands off and extends it to you, and he goes, "Yeah, Magnus here. Magnus. My name's Magnus."
Who's he
Carl.
extending that hand? Oh, he shook his hand.
Wait, Carl, can you shake his hand?
I'm certifiably insane too, so yes.
Yeah.
I'm letting Carl handle the insane talk here. He's one of his own people.
So why do you live out here, sir?
Says, "Well, you know, I was in the army, and I wasn't liking it anymore. I decided I'd, you know, come out to the country and, you know, farm. I found this farm, and Yeah, and
Would-
you know they weren't
would you get to
planting
see?
anything, so you know I planted for them.
I'd say I think we should keep moving on.
Hold on, give me a minute real quick, but I'll...
Well,
Can you repeat that, Lyle?
Vile.
Hello?
Did we lose him to the power of the dank beats?
You might have.
Yeah, so,
Oh, there he is.
I'm just... Sorry, I had to go blow my nose real quick. I'm just gonna tell him, like, tell him, you know, lead the way. And, like, I'm gonna stay a bit behind him while he starts walking.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he picks his axe up and starts walking towards the walking
Is
towards the house.
his axe like a, it's like a hatchet or a hand knife, so...
Yeah, it's like a wood cutting axe.
It's a big kid axe. It's a
Okay.
kid axe.
Every horror movie villain ever, dude.
Yeah,
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 Like
and
following
the
Jason?
like the blade has been like cleaned, but like the handle, like the wood is like kind of like stained from blood, like it's been cleaned, but the wood itself is like stained.
Would that be worth any money?
Okay, this is gonna go horribly wrong,
Alright,
but I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm gonna look around in all directions. Do I see anything else out of the ordinary or anything in the dark out there?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking out, you're gonna see, you know, some other things protruding from the ground that, you know, are kind of outside of the light. So, you know, what you can assume are other appendages sticking out of the
How
ground.
many people does it seem like it would be, from what I can see?
It could be as many as a dozen, depending on
Oh, frick.
whether they've been
Why
reused or not.
did we even engage this guy? I
Okay, well-
missed that entire
But I don't
piece while I was
see
writing
anything
notes.
else. Because Vile decided to do it.
Because confident decision making is not necessarily our character's forte.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Alright, well,
It-
now that
yeah.
I finished looking around, I'm gonna follow Vile off the road.
I'm just gonna, like, if he's in front of me and not looking at me, I'm gonna take that piece of garrote wire that I put in my hair, and I'm just gonna fucking, like, try and get him from the back and just start...
Why?
Oh my god.
Why aren't you even come to this?
Because-
If you're
No,
tired of
Vile
playing
is
this
walking
character,
off
there
the
are better
cannibal.
ways.
Murderer, so I'm gonna move the cart around and start following at a little bit of a distance behind him.
Because for one, Guardian, we need a place to sleep, and two, I do not trust sleeping with this man.
Oh.
Why would we even stop here?
Yeah, why not just keep going?
There's
I kind of
interested in what
wanted
happens.
to see where this goes, dude.
I kind of want to see what happens, too.
I asked Roland why the fuck he's driving this cart off the road.
I'm not gonna leave Carl with Guy.
But why are you leading the cart over there?
It's got all my supplies in it.
Then
I don't wanna
jump
walk.
off your cart and go follow him.
What, are you not coming? How far away is the farmhouse from the road?
Yeah, it's like yeah, like 200 yards off the road.
Alright, I turn back. Does anyone else follow Carl?
Are
Is-
you
is Carl
idiots?
really
Why are
in
we
anywhere?
even letting Carl go?
Is Carl even going far, or is this all just still happening?
No, this is
right by
this
the
is
road?
like happening after a few
I'm
after
like, he's
20
walking
steps.
off for the farmhouse alone with that guy, right?
No,
and he's
he
on his
just took
horse
a couple
still.
steps. I thought he just wanted him to turn around so he could have his facing him.
Like,
Carl?
I'm gonna be following Carl, but at a distance on horseback.
Alright, yeah, I'm taking the cart over and following also. At a distance.
Eldora, you wouldn't happen to have a bow on you, do you?
Boat?
Bow, B-O-W.
Oh, bow. I do not have a bow.
Got
Damn
two
it.
muskets.
You shot a bow last session.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Let me look at my stuff. Sorry. Oh, yep, I do have a bow. Do you want to borrow my bow?
You wouldn't mind me borrowing that, would you?
You can borrow my bow.
You're gonna toss it across to the other cart.
Yep.
What is Martin's face like right now as we're following this guy?
Yeah, he's. Yeah, he kind of like looking in horror at the body parts, but he also doesn't understand any of the conversation that took place. He doesn't speak Swedish, so.
I explained it in German though to people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's kind of like. Yeah, he's reacting like, you know, he's not really comfortable with what's going on, but he's also
Oh, really?
not saying
Join the club.
anything. He's not saying anything, but he apparently doesn't know the guy.
So I'm just gonna do a quick thing. I'm just gonna ask, so will you get visitors often here?
He goes, you know, there's those guys like that guy you have up there, you know, in that cart, you know, the white getup. There's not so many farmers anymore.
It's like people like him, the people who use to water your plants.
Yeah, you know, every once in a while.
Hey, would you be willing to make a trade for him, maybe? Like, what do you got in there in the house that you'd be willing to trade?
Wait, what are you trying to trade?
I'm Martin.
No.
Well, I mean,
What do you
he looks kind of pale, like, you know,
He's
he
got a
might
bit
not
of
have a lot of blood left in him, but I mean, yeah, I probably have something I could trade. I mean, yeah, let's go back to the house and look through some things, maybe.
Okay.
Oh my! Can we hear this? Are we close enough? How loud are you speaking, Vile?
This is conversational. Like, if you're close enough
How
to
far
hear-
away are they, DM?
I mean, I was gonna be like, I don't know, 30, 40 feet behind him, so I guess I hear bits and pieces of it. But
Yeah, I mean, he's talking at normal level, but you guys are hanging back, so.
But how far has he walked away?
Oh, how far has he walked away? Let's say they're halfway to the house now. You know.
Oh, shit,
100
we're
or
halfway to the house? I think it's garrote time now. This is like, if I'm behind him a little bit, I'm just gonna garrote him.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my.
I hope you get a nat one.
It's gonna
Yeah.
happen. It's
Well-
gonna happen.
You already burned your crit, dude.
All right.
Fuck you, I have so many crit fails.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
already combined.
Yeah. Roll a sneak check then with like a +1.
Oh god.
You mean -1 to it? Like, so...
No,
Well-
+1 for what you need to roll, so you need to roll a 1 or a 2 instead
Yeah.
of a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah. So he sees you going for him. So yeah, you're gonna have to roll initiative.
Oh my god. And we're 30 feet behind him.
Hey, I have a lance on horseback, so I mean, I don't know. Do I really want to save Carl like a third or a fourth time now? I mean, I don't
Okay.
know, man.
In real,
kill,
this should
right?
only be the second time, because the only time he was actually in any real trouble was Glass Tiger.
Yeah.
That's true, actually.
That is 100% real. Slider, don't even.
Okay.
Well,
So.
can
can I
watch
still
the
do my
tape.
attempt to garrote and grab? Because the thing is, the garrote is a grapple check. Or if you